What do we do if the house is vacant while we're knocking doors or reaching out to pre-foreclosures? Is that a bad thing?
No, that's when the game begins. I get really excited when you have a vacant house. Guys, think about it. You're outdoor knocking, which we've talked about in other videos. All of a sudden, you're kind of looking in the windows and there's no furniture in there. Maybe there's just a mess and there's no one there. That's when the excitement starts.
Well, hold on. Michael Frankie, by the way, has his own YouTube channel, Michael D. Frankie. D is for door knocking. This dude's the most gangster door knocker and pre-foreclosure expert in the country. He is the best of the best. He's hanging out with us today on Pace Morby's YouTube channel today. I look at a vacant house and I'm like, if I'm a new person, I look at that and I go, there's no decision maker for me to talk to.
Right.
That's not a deal.
So the reality is that there's something that has happened to make that house vacant. Over the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of deals of these that I've done, the common link is one, death, or some really significant situation in their life to where they can't even imagine being in that house anymore.
You mentioned in a previous story, a homeowner who you made $75,000 on an assignment. She made a good amount of money too. She didn't even want to go to the house for the appointment because her child had passed away in the house.
Yeah, people are experiencing these really difficult situations, and then it leaves the property vacant. What does that mean for us? That means that there's detachment from the property. That means that there's no one living in the property. Perhaps they don't care, or people that don't understand the foreclosure process at all. Maybe they think, oh, I'm behind on my payments. I already lost my home.
Oh my gosh, that does happen. Because they're getting a notice. And we're going to talk about this in the next video, actually. Like, when do they get the notice? What does this look like? What's actually happening in the foreclosure process? These people that are going through this, it's the only house they've ever bought in their life. They're not real estate professionals like Michael or like me, and they understand that that's just a warning. That's just a thing. They might be moving out saying, oh, we lost the house.
Yes. So what do we do when there's a vacant house? Okay. The first thing you want to do, let's say you go door knocking, you establish that it's vacant. The average investor is going to say, oh, that's cool. Maybe they'll write a note on their pad or put it in their CRM, but then they don't take any action after that. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do when we find a vacant property, and it's a little bit morbid, but we want to get deals. We want to serve these homeowners or heirs. Okay. So we're going to look up, is there an obituary for the homeowner? Did they pass away? Okay, so we're going to get on, type in whatever your market is. Let's say it's
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Okay, well, we'll type in Michael Frankie obituary, Kansas City. All right, you'll find an obituary link for that person if they've passed away. Guess what's in that obituary? What do you think's in there, Pace?
Their spouse's name, family names, heirs, like their children. They have survived these 5 children. Owner, they might even say something like he was the owner of State Farm Insurance Agency down the road. They might say a bunch of things. They're basically telling you where all the gold is sitting.
Yes. So they're telling you husband passed away, wife passed away, here's all of the children. Those are the heirs to the property. Maybe they don't understand that they have a right to this property, there's a bunch of equity, and that them and their brothers and sisters could get some money for the deal.
Amazing. So then what do? Do I go knock on their doors?
Okay. You could get there. So first thing you want to do is you want to take that information. A lot of times in those obituaries, they'll actually say where that person is from. So maybe if you're in Colorado, the house is in Denver. Maybe the heir lives in Colorado Springs. Okay, so you can skip trace that homeowner or any of the different heirs and then give them a call.
Wow. What I love about a vacant house is what Michael said earlier. He said it's a disconnected homeowner. The person who is going to be the decision maker that you're going to write a contract with physically does not live in the property, therefore has no emotional attachment to the house. In fact, they're probably rejecting in their mind, I don't want to go back to the house, I don't want to have anything to do with it. People that are inheritance or the heirs of a probate situation, a lot of times, my first probate deal that I ever did directly with an attorney, the guy's like, I inherited the house. I'm in Pennsylvania, the house in Arizona. I don't want to go to it. Whatever's in the house, just keep it. Here's the number I want. I was like, wow, that's it? That's all you're going to do?
That's often how these heirs are, or the people that are selling the house.
They obviously can't afford the payment.
Yeah, they're done with this house. They don't think that there's any financial gain to be had. And if you tell them, hey, look, I can help you with X, Y, and Z, and you can end up with this much in their pocket, they're blown away.
Why wouldn't they just renovate their house themselves, Michael?
Who knows why they wouldn't do that? We can run through our head and try to figure out why they're not doing something. But like I've said before, there was usually when they're vacant, there's a death in the family or there's something traumatic. They don't want anything to do with the house anymore. Or they're an heir. Maybe they think they can't afford probate or don't know how to do probate. Maybe they just think, nah, I'm just done. And that's kind of the word that we can probably put with this type of situation is the seller's just done with the house.
Yeah, I talk to a lot of new investors like Michael does all the time, every day. Michael's a great leader in our community and also just in the industry in general. So you talk to a lot of people who have never done a deal before, and their thought is like, wait, I'm desperately trying to buy this house. Why would somebody be desperately trying to get rid of it? You ever had a friend, a girlfriend, or a business partner that you're just like, I am done. I just want to be done with this relationship. This girl is a lunatic. Get me away from this person. That's how a lot of times these homeowner feels about the house. They're like, I don't even care. I don't care that there's any money there. I don't care that there's a potential future there. I want to have nothing to do with it. That happens a lot of times. The other stuff I see too is that somebody that looks at that house and they go, yeah, it could be worth some money, but I don't have the money to catch up the payments that my parents were behind on, or I don't have the money to renovate the house to put it into a condition that a real estate agent would actually accept the listing. I don't have that money because they don't know how to raise money like Michael does and like I do. They're not going to go out and just go raise money from a private investor and say, hey, help me renovate this house so I can make more money. It's appealing to them when Michael reaches out and just says, hey, I can help you take care of this house.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's less competition or more competition on a vacant house?
So a lot of what I've found is investors will find a vacant house and then they do nothing.
Thank goodness there's no competition.
So that's why I like these houses. I see money and opportunity and the ability to serve a seller that no one else is going to help.
They just quit.
They quit. Okay, so we talked about the obituary. That's level 1. Okay,
oh, dang. We're going deeper on this?
Here's some ninja sauce for you. Let's say you're on an obituary. You've looked at them, right? Not very often, hopefully.
I'm afraid.
Okay? At the bottom, there's a comment section, everyone.
You're
okay?
lying.
I'm not lying. Okay, and who's the owner of that particular account? One of the heirs. You can simply write a comment on the bottom and say, hey, look, I'm sorry for your loss. I'd like to speak with someone with the family. Put your contact information. I have gotten so many deals from just doing that little thing. They reach out.
Okay, so a good script is not, hey, saw that person died, I want to buy the house?
No. You have to be sensitive just like you are in every other situation. Okay? And then, if you want to take that to another level, we're trying to give a lot to you guys here.
I did not know. This is ninja sauce, dude.
Okay? Every one of those obituaries says where that person was buried. Whatever cemetery. You can call that cemetery up and you simply say something like this. Hey, my name's Michael. This is going to be the weirdest thing you've ever been asked for. There was a guy, William Doe, that died 3 years ago and was buried at your place. Well, his house is in foreclosure. This is really weird. Okay? But I'm just trying to get a hold of the family. I can't get a hold of them. There's so much equity for them. I know that you're probably not going to give me their contact information, but would you pass it forward for me?
Oh my gosh, what a great psychological line right there where you just said, I know you're probably not going to give me their number.
Yeah. So what do? They either give me the number or they pass it through. And then out of sheer curiosity, why this funeral home reached out, they're going to respond and I get deals from that regularly.
Wow. That's some ninja. You should make some sauce, bro. Some Kansas City barbecue sauce called ninja sauce.
Ninja sauce.
Why has somebody not come up with ninja sauce as an actual flavor? I love it.
That's cool.
Are there any more layers to this?
Okay. So let's say you're done through the obituary. You've put all of that information in your CRM. You're trying to get a hold of these heirs. You're unsuccessful. Okay. What do you do next? Someone's passed away. Well, they need to go through probate, right? This is a topic for perhaps another time going deep into probate, but you can go into your county records, look and see if that homeowner has an active probate record. Okay? What's in those probate records? Hey, the name of the deceased, the name of the heir, and guess what? A lot of times it'll have an address for that heir, a phone number for that heir, or an attorney that's representing them that you can get a hold of. So it just gives you some more opportunity to get a hold of these folks.
Oh my gosh, this is so great. So vacant houses are like the gold mine, whereas other people will just straight up quit.
That's for sure.
I love it. Guys, Michael D. Frankie YouTube channel. The D is for door knocking. We are going to do a video. I think it's going to be the best video, actually, for people to see the visual of how a foreclosure process works. What are the time frames? What are the trigger points? What are the things I need to be worried about? What are the uh-ohs? What are the, oh my gosh, we only have one day until the foreclosure? What are my scripts that I'm hitting these people up at different times? That video is next in the playlist. We'll see you over there.